Hello everyone, I'm Nick Aguilera and you guys are listening to the Hot Corner here on Spreaker.com. And the Hot Corner is a show about the MLB offseason and free agent signings. And right now we're going to start it off with some of today's deals that just got finalized. In Arizona, Brandon McCarthy, formerly a pitcher for the Oakland Athletics, has signed a 2-year, $15.5 million deal with the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, this gives the Diamondbacks a lot of depth in their pitching. And one of the reasons why I like Brandon McCarthy is because he had an amazing story last year. Now he is back because he got hit in the head with a baseball last year, a line drive. He had a fractured skull and had to get surgery. And I just think it's amazing that he has come back. Now, I've seen a lot of players get hit in the head with baseballs, and it's not pretty. And this one was definitely not pretty. It hit him right on the side of the head, and he had to be taken out immediately. And it's just great to see him back with coming back from that fractured skull. And I just wish him good luck in Arizona. And also some more news. The Cubs signing Japanese pitcher Kyuji Fujikawa. 2 years, $9.5 million with a $1 million signing bonus. Now, the Cubs have won the chance to get Fujikawa. Now, Fujikawa, I've seen some of his videos on YouTube, and he looks like an amazing relief pitcher. Now the Cubs, they have Carlos Marmol in their closing position. So I think that the Cubs have two choices. So if Marmol isn't doing great, they can always bring in Fujikawa. But right now, I see Fujikawa more as a setup guy than a closer. And also, one more deal that happened today. James Loney going to the Tampa Bay Rays. Now, I heard about this one today. It was a 1-year, $2 million contract for him. Now, I think that he could have done a little better with a little bit more. And now Tampa Bay looks like a complete team. Just getting Yunel Escobar from the Miami Marlins, who was just traded a little less than a month ago when the offseason began. And he was traded from the Blue Jays in that going out of business sale from the Miami Marlins, as they traded Mark Burley, Josh Johnson, and Jose Reyes to the Blue Jays. Now I see the Blue Jays as being a contender in that AL East. Now, you might not have thought about it before, but they have a lot of power. Now, they could use some pitchers. Even though they just got those two great pitchers, that in my mind, I think that they still could use some. And now I see them as one of the most complete teams in baseball. So that was a great signing for the Rays in both Loney and Escobar. And I think that they will now be happy where they are in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a great team, don't get me wrong, with big game James Shields, who may be traded this offseason, and also Cy Young winner David Price, who is a great pitcher. And right now we're going to take a break. So if you guys have questions, you guys can tweet me at NSportsNick. So if you guys have questions about any free agents, where they will end up, or any of the done deals, just give me a tweet and I will answer them here on the air. So enjoy Houdini by Foster the People.
Gonna stop the
And welcome back, guys. Once again, that was Houdini by Foster the People. And we are back, and now we are talking some more free agent signings and some trades. Now, one of the most interesting free agent signings that I've seen this season is Dan Herron for 1 year, $13 million. Now, I'm not going to say anything bad about Herron, but he did have a sloppy season last year. Now, he was great the year before that, and I think that if he can get it right and just make people forget about last season, I think that he will be great this season. And he joins a great rotation with Steven Strasburg, Jordan Zimmerman, Cy Young candidate Gio Gonzalez, and Ross Detweiler. And now he's replacing Edwin Jackson, who is a free agent. And Herron is a great guy. And here's what manager Davey Johnson said. He said, Herron is a great athlete, outstanding stuff, gamer. He fits right in. I know we can swing the bat. If we get that finalized, he'll be a great addition. Now, Johnson is right. He is a great athlete, I believe. As being an Angels fan, I just think that he was great for us, and he was a great athlete. He had amazing stuff, and every game he was consistent most of the time. So he has the stuff to pitch in the major league level, and I just think it's great that he finally found somewhere where I think he'll be happy. And also another deal in Texas. The Rangers signed Joakim Soria to a 2-year, $8 million contract. Now, this is actually a good signing because it's $4 million per year, and he is just coming off of Tommy John surgery, did not pitch last year. Now, if he can get his old stuff, he will be great. Now, right now, he is only pitching off flat ground, and the Rangers are not sure when he will be fully recovered and be able to pitch on a mound. Now, he is an aggressive guy out there, and I think that he is a great closer. I just think that he's a great addition to this already good Texas squad. But if Texas loses out on Josh Hamilton, I just believe that they won't be the same. Now, I think that Hamilton will either sign with the Texas Rangers again or a sleeper team. My sleeper team is the Seattle Mariners. I think they'll come up out of nowhere and get them, and they will be that surprise team. And also, there was a trade earlier this week, and that trade was Philadelphia getting Ben Revere from the Minnesota Twins. Now, Ben Revere is a great center fielder. I have watched him. He is a great and I think he'll be on the opening roster. And also, the Philadelphia Phillies are awaiting Michael Young to accept the trade to Philadelphia. And now, I think that the Phillies are going to come back from last season and just have one of those 2008 and 2009 seasons, going back-to-back to the World Series, winning one against the Tampa Bay Rays, which was an amazing season for them as well. And I think that will be the Rays team this year also. But Ben Revere is just a great center fielder. He's a speedy man. He can run around those bases like the wind. But I couldn't tell you this. I couldn't tell you who would win in a foot race, him or Mike Trout. They're both very fast, and they're both just fast. And right now, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we will have our segment, Winners and Losers. So right now, here is We Are Young by Fun. So enjoy.
second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she is waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. No, I know that I'm not all that you got. I guess that I just thought maybe we could find new ways to fall apart. But our friends are back, so let's raise a toast, 'cause I found someone to carry me home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. Coming home tonight. Just coming home tonight. Coming home tonight. Just coming home tonight. The moon is on my side. I have no reason to run. So will someone come and carry me home tonight? The angels never arrive, but I can hear the choir. So will someone come and carry me home tonight? We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.
Hello, we are back, and right now we are playing Winners and Losers. Winner, Boston Red Sox. Now, they just signed both Shane Victorino and Mike Napoli to 3-year deals, and they're looking to rebound from last year, try and regain their success that they had in past years. And I think that they are a winner because those are two great players. Mike Napoli, a great power-hitting catcher, and Shane Victorino, a speedy yet powerful outfielder. And it is great for them because they got to get their catching and their outfield put together, which they have struggled with last year. And now, loser, the Minnesota Twins. They lost out on two great players in Ben Revere and Denard Span. Now, they were both great outfielders, Ben Revere, I think, was a great center fielder and Span a great corner outfielder. And I just think that they lost out on two great players. Now, just watch out for them. They may make a big move in this offseason. So just watch out for that, and they might surprise a lot of people. And winner, Tampa Bay Rays. They both got Yunel Escobar and James Loney added to their roster, and they really needed a shortstop and maybe a backup first baseman in Loney. And Escobar, who will be replacing most likely Sean Rodriguez, who was their starter last year, will be a huge upgrade for them. Loser, the Miami Marlins. Losing Yunel Escobar was not a great move for them. I think they should have kept him because they traded Jose Reyes and they needed their shortstop back. And also that fire sale to Toronto where they traded Jose Reyes, Mark Burley, and Josh Johnson for Escobar and some other players. So that's why I think they're a loser, because they lost out on a great player and they gave most of their players to Toronto. And that was winners and losers. And right now we're going to discuss who had the better deal, Evan Longoria or David Wright. Now, to me, I think that Evan Longoria got the better deal because he is still young and he will most likely be with the Rays for the rest of his career. And if they really want someone, got a little sidetracked. And I just think that Longo will be the better third baseman because he is young, he has power, I think he can actually field very good. And also there's a lot of other reasons why he is one of the best third basemen out there. And don't get me wrong, but David Wright is a great third baseman, but he's getting a little out of his prime. But now I think that the Mets, no pun intended, will have the right stuff, and they might return to their original form if they can get some more power, and some pitching. Now they have R.A. Dickey, but he may be traded this season. They also have Johan Santana, who is a great pitcher, just threw a no-hitter this year. But all in all, I think that Evan Longoria had the better deal, and that he will do better than Wright. And also, which pitcher will be most likely to trade? R.A. Dickey or James Shields? In my mind, this is a very close matchup, but I think that big game James Shields will be traded earlier than R.A. Dickey, because R.A. Dickey, he just won the Cy Young, and I would not want to trade a Cy Young pitcher right after he just won it. And now he wants to go back to the Texas Rangers, who was the team that drafted him. He played there a couple of years, then bounced around, ended up with the Mets, winning a Cy Young, and he's done great from there. And also, I just don't think that big game James can't live up to the expectations being behind David Price. I think that it'll make him look a little less valuable. So if he gets traded, I think that he will be a great pitcher wherever he is. So for me, I say James Shields will be the first pitcher traded between him and R.A. Dickey. Now we're going to take a break. So here is somebody that I used to know by Gautier. Enjoy.
said you felt so happy you could die. I told myself that you were right for me, but felt so lonely in your company. But that was love and it's an ache I still remember. Like resignation to the end, always the end. So when we found that we could not make sense, well, you said that we would still be friends. But I'll admit that I was glad it was over. You screwed me over, but in me believing it was always something that I'd done. But I don't wanna live that way, reading into every word you say. You said that you could let it go, and I wouldn't catch you hung up on somebody that you used to know. But you didn't have to cut me.
And we are back, and that was Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier. And right now we are discussing Zach Greinke and Brian Wilson. Which sides of LA will they end up on? Now, Brian Wilson, he wants to go to LA, to the LA Dodgers, because he lives in LA, but he's also considering some places such as Boston. But considering that he wants to stay in LA, I think that he will go wherever Zach Greinke doesn't go. Now, Greinke getting offers from both the Dodgers and the Angels. I think that the Dodgers will end up getting Zach Greinke because the Angels don't want him as bad. And I think that Brian Wilson will end up in Anaheim in that bullpen that they are trying to put together with Ernesto Frieri, Ryan Madsen, and Sean Burnett. And also, I think that the Angels will sign a quality starter such as Anibal Sanchez or Edwin Jackson. Now, also there's a lot of questions about that fourth starting position for the Angels. Will they sign someone? Will they keep Joe Blanton as their fourth starter? Or will they go out and make a giant trade for a big name player. I think that they will get either Anibal Sanchez or Edwin Jackson, and I think that they will also get Brian Wilson because they need some more people for their bullpen. And also, I think that their fourth starter at opening day will be, I think it will be Anibal Sanchez. I think that he's considering coming to Anaheim, and I think that he will come to Anaheim and pitch with that great rotation of theirs, such as with the likes of Wilson and Weaver and Tommy Hanson, who they just acquired from the Braves. And that is why I think that Wilson will end up in Anaheim because Greinke will go to the Dodgers, and that is why I think that the Angels will get Anibal Sanchez. And also, where will Michael Bourne go? That is tonight's question of the night. So, if you have an answer, tweet me at NSportsNick. So, wherever you think Michael Bourne will go, tweet me, and I will announce where he will go. Thanks to you guys, the fans who tweet me, and I'll see you next week, Friday, 5:30, and this has been the Hot Corner signing off. I'm Nick Aguilera. I'll see you guys next Friday.